Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by telling you a truth so powerful it can alter the course of your life. Success is not a matter of luck, fate, or circumstance. Success is a choice. It is a deliberate decision you make every single day. Within you lies the power to choose greatness, to rise above fear, doubt, and failure. You are the master of your destiny and the captain of your soul. Today, I invite you to open your mind and heart as we journey together through the timeless principles that prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that success is a choice, and it is yours to make. Success is a choice. My friends, before we go any further, I must ask you, have you made the decision to succeed? Not a fleeting wish, not a passing hope, but a firm, unshakable decision. Because the very foundation of success begins with choice. You see, success is never an accident. It is always the result of deliberate thought, backed by unwavering faith, and brought to life through persistent action. If you examine the lives of the most successful men and women in history, you will discover one common thread. They chose to succeed long before the world recognized them as successful. When you make the choice to succeed, you engage the hidden forces of the universe. Invisible yet powerful forces begin to move in your favor. Opportunities you could not see before suddenly appear. People you did not know would support you begin to lend a helping hand. But none of this happens without your conscious decision to pursue success with everything you have. Understand this: every adversity, every failure, and every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But you must choose to see it. You must choose to dig for the hidden opportunity where others only see defeat. That is the mark of a mind determined to succeed. Let me remind you that success does not require genius, nor does it demand perfection. What it demands is that you cultivate a burning desire, a desire so intense that it becomes an obsession. And where does such a desire come from? It comes from a decision, a choice. It is not given to you, it is created by you. You may ask, but Mr. Hill, what if I have made wrong choices in the past? What if I have failed? My answer is simple. Welcome those failures as stepping stones. Failure is not defeat unless you accept it as such. Every failure carries a lesson, and those lessons are the bricks with which you will build your success. Each morning when you rise, you are offered a new opportunity to choose differently, to choose better, to choose success. Success demands that you take responsibility for your life. Blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck will only steal your power. You must accept full ownership of where you are and where you are going. You must declare, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. These words are not mere poetry. They are a philosophy for living. Now consider this. Every thought you think is a choice. Every emotion you feel is a choice. Every action you take or refuse to take is a choice. Day by day, choice by choice, you are building either the life you desire or the life you dread. There is no middle ground. Your mind is the most powerful asset you possess. If you fill it with doubt, fear, and limitation, your life will reflect those seeds. But if you feed it with belief, purpose, and determination, you will harvest a life of abundance and triumph. Remember, nature abhors a vacuum. If you do not deliberately plant positive, success-oriented thoughts in your mind, weeds of negativity will grow by default. Therefore, it is not enough to wish for success. You must prepare your mind for it, condition it, nurture it daily with the food of ambition, gratitude, and hope. The greatest gift you have been given is the ability to control your thoughts. With that control comes the ability to shape your destiny. Yet most men and women squander this gift. They allow themselves to be dominated by the thoughts of others, by the news, by gossip, by fear. They drift through life like ships without a rudder, wondering why success eludes them. But you, if you are willing, can be different. You can choose to be the master of your mind. You can choose to set your own course. You can choose to direct your energy toward the attainment of your definite major purpose. And what is a definite major purpose? It is a clear, specific goal that fires your spirit and directs your efforts. Without it, you are like a ship sailing without a destination, tossed and turned by every passing storm. With it, you become unstoppable, for all your thoughts, habits, and actions will align with your chosen objective. No man can drift his way to success. No man can stumble upon greatness. Success is reserved for those who know what they want and are willing to pay the price to get it. The price, my friends, is not measured in dollars or fame. It is measured in sacrifice, in persistence, in the daily discipline of making choices that serve your purpose rather than your comfort. Every great achievement began with one simple yet profound act, a decision. Thomas Edison decided he would find a way to produce electric light, and after thousands of failures, he succeeded. Abraham Lincoln decided he would preserve the Union, and against incredible odds, he succeeded. Henry Ford decided he would build a motor car for the masses, and in doing so, he changed the world. The power of decision is the power that transforms dreams into reality. But it must be a committed decision, not a half-hearted wish. Wishing will not bring riches, success, or happiness. Only definite decisions backed by definite plans, taken with unwavering faith, will deliver the results you seek. You must not only decide that you will succeed, you must decide that you will never quit until you do. You must resolve that no setback will defeat you, no criticism will deter you, and no fear will control you. Make no mistake, there will be obstacles. There will be days when doubt whispers in your ear, when the mountain seems too high, when the dream seems too distant. But in those moments, remember this: you have already made your choice. You have already committed to success. And that choice, once made firmly and finally, gives you a power greater than any obstacle. You have within you right now the power to make that choice. You have within you the seeds of greatness. It matters not where you start. It matters only that you start with a decision. A decision. Now that you understand the power of decision, let us move deeper into the second principle that will ensure your success: persistence. For what good is a choice, my friends, if it is abandoned at the first sign of difficulty? What value has a dream if it is surrendered when the road becomes steep and the night grows dark? No. Success does not yield to those who try once and then give up. It comes only to those who persist, those who are determined to keep moving forward, even when every fiber of their being screams to turn back. Persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. It hardens, strengthens, and makes you unbreakable. Without persistence, you may start well, but you will never finish. Without persistence, obstacles will appear as mountains too high to climb, and criticism will feel like daggers to your spirit. You must decide here and now that you will persist until you succeed. You must burn every bridge behind you, eliminate every excuse, and resolve that retreat is not an option. When you remove the possibility of surrender, you discover reserves of strength you never knew you possessed. I have seen many men and women who possessed great talent, brilliant ideas, and powerful ambition, but they failed because they lacked the will to persist. Meanwhile, I have witnessed others, seemingly average in skill, rise to heights unimaginable simply because they refused to quit. Remember this: defeat is never permanent unless you accept it as final. Temporary defeat is nothing but a test. It is nature's way of asking, are you serious? How badly do you really want it? Most people fail at the first test. But those who succeed, those whose names are remembered, are those who answer by pressing forward with greater determination. It is through persistence that you develop character. It is through persistence that you discover courage. It is through persistence that you prove to yourself and to the world that you are worthy of the success you seek. Now let us talk of another truth. Every adversity contains a lesson. Every setback, every disappointment, every hardship carries within it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. But you must persist long enough to find that seed, to nurture it, and to bring it into full bloom. When defeat comes, and it will, you must not whimper, complain, or run away. You must greet it as a friend, an instructor, sent to strengthen your resolve and sharpen your skills. Ask yourself, what lesson does this defeat contain? How can I use this to grow stronger, wiser, better? There is no wasted experience for the man who persists. Every failure becomes a stepping stone. Every heartbreak a hammer that forges a stronger soul. My friends, you must realize that you are engaged in a battle against mediocrity, against doubt, against fear. And in every battle, persistence is your greatest weapon. You will meet critics along your path. Some will laugh at your dreams. Others will seek to discourage you, to sow seeds of doubt in your mind. Understand this. Critics are the unpaid guardians of the gates of success. They appear to test your faith, to challenge your courage. If you listen to them, if you allow their negativity to seep into your spirit, you will falter. But if you use their doubt as fuel for your determination, you will rise above them. Persistence must become a habit. It must become as natural to you as breathing. Just as the body grows stronger through repeated exercise, so too does the will grow stronger through repeated acts of persistence. Begin each day by affirming your decision to succeed. Visualize your goals with such clarity that they feel as real as the air you breathe. Take at least one action, however small, that moves you closer to your purpose. And when obstacles arise, do not see them as reasons to quit, but as opportunities to demonstrate your unyielding commitment. Great achievements are built, not in days or weeks, but over years of consistent, persistent effort. A single decision to succeed, followed by a lifetime of persistent action, will carry you further than all the education, connections, or resources in the world. Now listen well. Persistence is not stubbornness. Stubbornness is blind resistance, clinging to a course of action even when better paths are available. Persistence is intelligent determination, the willingness to adapt, to learn, and to keep moving forward toward the ultimate objective. There will be times when you must alter your plans. There will be moments when a path you thought sure turns into a dead end. Do not despair. Adjust your sails. Chart a new course, but never abandon your goal. Flexibility in method, but firmness in purpose. That is the formula for enduring success. You must learn to encourage yourself. There will be seasons when applause is absent, when recognition is non-existent, when support is nowhere to be found. In those times, you must become your own greatest advocate. Speak words of faith to your own soul. Remind yourself of your decision to succeed, of the reasons you started, of the vision that burns within you. Persistence is born of desire. If your desire is weak, your persistence will falter. Therefore, you must continually stoke the fires of your desire. Review your goals daily. Picture your success vividly. Feel the emotions of accomplishment as if you have already achieved it. Let that vision pull you forward through every trial and tribulation. Never let temporary setbacks make you forget why you began. Never let today's troubles obscure tomorrow's triumphs. The man who persists, who keeps going when others stop, is the man who ultimately wins. Now let me leave you with a thought that has carried me through many difficult times. Success often lies just beyond the point where most give up. The darkest hour is often just before the dawn, when you feel you cannot take another step, when every voice within you says to quit. That, my friends, is when you must press on. For it is at that moment that destiny tests you. It is at that moment that success, like a shy maiden, waits just beyond the final barrier, ready to reward those few who prove worthy through their perseverance. You have chosen success. You have decided that nothing will deter you. Now you must persist until your dream becomes your reality. You are closer than you think. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep choosing success every single day. Now that you understand the power of decision and the necessity of persistence, let us turn our attention to the final and most vital truth, faith. You see, success is born first in the heart and mind, long before it is visible to the world. Every great achievement, every fortune amassed, every towering empire began as an invisible seed of faith, nurtured by belief and watered by action. Without faith, no amount of hard work will sustain you. Without faith, no decision will hold its power. Without faith, persistence itself will wither in the heat of discouragement. Faith is the eternal wellspring from which all success flows. What is faith? Faith is the ability to see the invisible. Faith is the inner knowing that what you desire is already on its way to you. It is a trust in the unseen forces of the universe, a confidence in your God-given power to mold your destiny. I tell you today, whatever you can conceive and truly believe, you can achieve. This is not a theory. It is a law as certain as gravity. It is immutable. It is universal. The tragedy is that most men and women allow doubt to poison the soil of their minds. They entertain fear. They give power to worry. They listen to the voices of limitation. In doing so, they kill the very dreams they were born to fulfill. Do not be one of those poor souls who digs up the seed before it can sprout. Plant your dreams with faith, protect them with persistence, and they will grow into a mighty tree of success. You must see yourself as successful before the world will. You must act with conviction, speak with authority, and walk with certainty, long before the evidence of success appears. When others doubt you, let your faith grow stronger. When circumstances seem bleak, let your faith shine brighter. When failure knocks you down, let your faith lift you higher. Faith transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Faith turns problems into possibilities. Faith allows you to hold on to your vision when everything around you says, it cannot be done. You must discipline your mind to dwell only on that which you desire, not on that which you fear. Thoughts are the architects of your destiny. What you think about, you bring about. Therefore, guard your mind as you would guard a precious treasure. Feed your mind daily with words of inspiration, images of success, and affirmations of belief. Associate with those who lift you higher, who fan the flames of your faith. Distance yourself from cynics and doubters, for their poison can infect even the strongest heart if you are not vigilant. Every morning upon rising and every evening before sleep, reaffirm your faith in yourself and in your purpose. Declare boldly, I am destined for success. I have chosen my path, and I will persist until I triumph. Speak it aloud, feel it in your bones, see it with your mind's eye. Let no contrary thought linger within you. And when fear arises, as it will, face it squarely. Fear is a paper tiger, a phantom that vanishes when confronted with courage and faith. Most of the things you fear will never come to pass. They exist only to test your resolve. Replace every fearful thought with one of faith. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? Think, what if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, declare, I have within me everything I need to succeed. You were created for greatness. There is genius within you, awaiting your command. There is a spark of divinity within you, waiting to be fanned into a mighty flame. Success is not reserved for the lucky few. Success is not the privilege of the well-born. Success is the birthright of every man and woman who chooses it, who claims it, who acts with faith to bring it into reality. You must believe that you are worthy of success. You must believe that your dreams are valid. You must believe that your efforts will be rewarded, not because you hope they will, but because you know they must, by the very law of cause and effect. The universe responds to faith. It rearranges itself to match the vibration of your dominant beliefs. If you radiate confidence, optimism, and expectation of good, you draw opportunity, allies, and blessings into your life as surely as the sun draws the morning dew. Now hear me well. Faith without action is dead. Faith is not passive. It is not merely sitting and wishing. True faith acts boldly. True faith moves forward even when the way is unclear. True faith steps into the darkness, trusting that the next step will appear. Therefore, act on your dreams with faith. Speak your goals aloud with faith. Plan, work, and persevere with faith. Faith fuels action, and action reinforces faith. Together, they form an unstoppable force. When you live this way, when your days are governed by decision, persistence, and faith, you become a creator of destiny. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You no longer drift like a ship without a rudder. You steer your life with purpose, with confidence, and with power. And what a life it is, my friends. A life of achievement, a life of fulfillment, a life of contribution, of impact, of joy. This is the life that awaits you. It is yours for the taking, but you must choose it. No one else can choose it for you. No one else can believe for you. No one else can persist for you. It is your sacred duty to yourself, your family, and your Creator to rise to the full measure of your potential. Success is not an accident. Success is not a miracle. Success is a choice, and you have the power to choose it right now. In this moment, you can decide to step away from doubt and toward destiny. You can choose persistence over resignation. You can choose faith over fear. You can choose action over hesitation. Make the choice. Make it boldly. Make it irrevocably. For in that choice lies the entire unfolding of your greatness. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your dreams made real. The world needs your light, your leadership, your success. So I leave you with this solemn charge. Choose success. Persist until you achieve it. Believe until you see it. And then, having climbed the mountain, extend a hand to lift others as you were lifted. That, my friends, is the true measure of a successful life. Your choice begins today. Remember, success is never an accident. It is always a deliberate choice. Make your decision today. Act with unwavering faith and persist without surrender. You have within you the power to create a life of greatness. Choose success and refuse to settle for anything less. Your future is waiting. Claim it now.